do to get it through to you? How many times I gotta prove it to you? How many lives I gotta murder till you learn to be concerned that I'm rapping to rainy rappers like a hula hoop? When I make it, don't believe that. I sleep, think, eat, drink, breathe, rap. If you cut my veins open, I would bleed rap. Sorry for the way I finally got myself esteem back. Now they really don't want it, I'm so potent, I might blow. Cause my flow froze under my God define cold. I rhyme define, but inside I'm psycho. Trying to walk the line, but I walk on a tightrope. You the hardest, now that was a typo. Take you the lead type, I'm when I flow. All in, chips down the way will I fold. See my pockets getting fatter, I may need lipo. I'm just playing, I be broke. I'm just really trying to sell just so I can stay afloat. They just wanna see me drown. We ain't on the same boat, a bunch of knock-knock rappers. I'm mistaken for a joke, hey. Should've aimed high, trying to shoot me down, they don't quit your day job. Word, is that the rule we play by? Snake in the grass, I'd have heard it through the grapevine. They say that life is what you make it. I'm just trying to make it last. Got my foot matched to the throttle. Ain't no way I'll let it pass. I've seen way too many futures be affected by the past. I know they be gunning for me. I know they don't have a chance. I know them snakes in the grass. I'm just trying to make it last. I know them snakes in the grass. I know them snakes in the grass. I know they don't have a chance. You want attention to cash. You'll need a one of those last. Nah. Yeah. What's a pawn to a king? What's a king do with a divine being? Don't intervene, don't speak. Bow down, put your lips to my ring. I see these rappers need a hand and steady bow to my feet. I know it's hard to compete. Cause I'm rock solid, Dwayne Johnson, who be bold. The Gastoners vibing to a white dude who be sober. I'm the one to be up next, man, I thought that you told them. Cause they rock with me and they stuck me with. They be riding up the block with me, going up 50. You feel it, I'm on the rise, an independent hip-hop enigma. Are you surprised I'm not taking what I am giving? I'm sick and tired of not having the pot to pissin'. I'm an anomaly, but not optimistic. Wild eyes on my climb to the top, I'm near it because the top percentile requires a fish.
And welcome to Spirit Nation Radio. I'm here with Robert Easterly. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
And I'm here with also Kyler Hudson. How we doing?
Doing good.
We're here broadcasting this game between the Marion County Warriors and the Meigs County Tigers right here from Starplex Field, number 4 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They're getting warmed up on the field. And what about this one, Robert?
Well, this one is going to prove to be a very interesting game, especially both of them still being in the winter bracket. And they've both proved themselves up to this point. We'll see if Marion County can beat Meigs in this one. But I see Meigs coming out on top.
But here we are, third day of the spring fling.
But that's going to be hit by Moore in the gap right there over to center field, and she's going to get to first. Next up we have
number 44, Kaylee Meadows.
She plays second, and she is a senior for the Lady Tigers. Meigs County fans on their feet up in front of us.
Roberts pitching for the Lady Warriors.
Meadows, she'll take the outside pitch there. It's going to be a ball.
Those guys can't stand up. Can they?
Can you do it, Randy?
If you tell Chuck, he'll go take care of it.
Next pitch coming from Roberts. It's going to be in there for the – it's going to be outside again. Another ball there. It's going to be 2-0 count.
We also need to be able to see the ump. These guys on the back row are standing up.
I can't make them sit down.
Now Roberts coming with the next pitch. It's going to be a
Yes, it just started.
inside. It's going to be a 3-0 count now for Meadows. Second batter in the lineup. Score still 0-0 here in the top of the first between Meigs County and Marion County as we get ready for this one.
And he'll take a strike there on that pitch.
Count now 3-1.
Now we're all in good shape.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Robert.
Tries to go for a bunt there, and it doesn't happen.
So stolen base.
Aubrey Reed. She is the catcher for the Lady Tigers, and she is a sophomore.
That is correct, sir. Comes the pitch. And that one goes way up in there, and
Caught by the pitcher, Robert.
Moore still on second with now 2 outs.
Here in the top of the first. Up to bat now is number 28, Madison Crabtree. She's the third baseman for the Lady Tigers, and she is a junior. Here comes the pitch. And that's going to be a ball to the outside.
Thanks, Katie.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Robert.
And that one looks to be really low, and that'd be called ball.
Seemed to be
And that's her first strike on Crabtree.
We'll go out to the car. It's over there.
3-1 now. Here in the top of the first. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch.
And that one will be fouled off down the right field line down through there. Outside the fence. No, right inside.
Now have a full count. Here comes the full count pinch.
Pitch.
That's what I said.
Sound like you said pinch. And that will be a strike, and she's out now. That'll take us to the bottom of the third.
First.
First, obviously third out. Oh, because it was third out.
Bottom of the first. Agreement there.
I would say so. I couldn't tell from where I'm sitting.
So we've been having technical difficulties. We're back on the air. We're in the top or bottom of the first. Excuse me. Rogers pitching, and now one out as Jordan is struck out by Rogers. Now up to the plate is Brianna Vinson. Again, sorry for our temporary outage there.
Our Wi-Fi is cutting in and out. And that was popped up to Rogers, and Vincent will be out.
That is out number 2 here in the bottom of the first.
Still scoreless if you're just joining us, Meigs County and Marion County fans. Warriors and the Tigers going at it tonight in the winners bracket final here in Murfreesboro at Starplex Field number 4. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be swing and a miss there.
For Dalton.
She's a senior, second baseman. Rogers recuperating herself. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss again.
Rogers with one of the fastest pitchers we've seen here this week.
Oh my goodness.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Rogers. And another swing and a miss for Dalton. And that'll retire the side and we'll go to the top of the second.
3 up, 3 down for the Meigs County Tigers there, and still 0-0 as we head to the top of the second here. Very, very highly touted all Chattanooga area matchup between the Tigers and the Warriors. Should be a good game, shouldn't it, Colin?
It should. It should. I'm really looking forward to see how this goes. They're both really good teams. They both show potential in all their players, and I'm just interested to see how things turn out.
And Meigs County probably a little bit more favored than Marion County with their record and coming in and beating Silver. Or played really, really close games nonetheless. But should be. But a very, very different kind of matchup here is we're in the state tournament. They had to travel all the way to Murfreesboro to play each other, which is very, very interesting. About a 2.5-hour drive from Decatur, Tennessee, and about an hour 15 from Marion County, both in the Chattanooga area. Roberts still in the circle as we get ready to start the top of the second here. Up to bat for the Tigers should be Rogers. I believe one got on base last time around for the Tigers in the last inning. And that was Moore, and then 3 straight outs for the Warriors. Did you get it?
Here comes the pitch. And swinging and missing on Roberts' pitch there. So count 0-1. Here comes the pitch. And that's hit, pop fly, and caught by the first baseman. That is number 1, Haley Baker. So Rogers will be out. That'll be the first out of this half inning.
And that one will be called ball on the outside there.
1-0 the count with 1 out here in the top of the second. And if you are on your way and looking for a seat, I hate to break it to you, there's not many left here on this field 4. As she swings and misses, that is Crabtree.
No, that is Ward.
Ward, I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong one. Wrong 20-something. No. 2-1 count now for Ward. The pitch from Roberts. It's going to be
outside called ball, I believe.
We'll be close. We have a very limited view here. The stands up in front of us, between us and the strike zone there, are standing up. So if they were any taller, we might not even be able to see the umpire. Here comes the pitch in, and it's going to be outside again, I believe. Yes, it'll be 3-1.
Ward steps out, gets in a couple swings, steps back in, and gets ready for the pitch from Roberts.
And she'll foul that one off the right side.
Count now going to be 3-2.
Full count.
Here comes Roberts with the full count pitch.
And that'll be a walk, we do believe.
Yep, Ward walks to first. Up to bat now will be number 23, Olivia Johnson. She is the center fielder for the Lady Tigers, and she is a senior. If I'm not mistaken, she had a couple home runs last game.
Johnson? Yes, she did have 2 home runs last game.
And that ball is fouled to the left.
It will be fouled, yes.
Count 0-1.
Still scoreless here in the top of the second. Roberts back in the circle.
Did I just see lightning, guys?
You don't say the L word.
Swing and a miss for Johnson.
Huh.
Count 0-2.
Johnson, a senior center fielder for the Lady Tigers. Here comes the pitch from Roberts.
And
It's
that
just
one was
outside there. Oh, it's going to be a strike there. And they hesitate on the throw down to first, and nothing coming from that. As number 7, Allison Crowder, comes up. Let's see if she crowds the plate.
Oh, God.
Are you going to make those jokes again?
I have to.
No, you don't.
It's in my nature, Kyler.
2 outs currently here in the top of the second.
Outside, they're going to throw down to first. As the first baseman, Haley Baker, drops the ball. Almost had her very, very close to getting her, but she drops the ball there. So, so Meigs County still with a runner on base. That is Ward.
She walked to first.
Yeah, she got walked to first.
Roberts come in with a pitch. It's going to be a
Swing and a miss
there.
for Crowder.
Wow.
Count 0-1. Count 1-1, excuse me.
2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Roberts, and it's going to be just outside there for Crowder. Sky's darkening up behind the field that we're looking.
Count now 2-1.
Now it looks like it might have been the Meigs County baseball team sitting up behind the
Home plate
here, trying to distract Roberts in the circle. Meigs County was also here for the state run, but they were 2 and out.
And it seems to have worked because that was a ball.
They've been doing that for a while, guys. Have you just now noticed?
Count 3-1.
And it's going to be hit over to the shortstop. She'll throw it to first, and it's an
And
out
get her.
at first. And that'll retire the side there. Still scoreless here in the second. Marion County fans going crazy after that first base out. Routine play, but, hey, it's state tournament. You can't blame them for anything. Still scoreless here as we head to the bottom of the second. Marion County will bat. All Chattanooga area matchup. In case you're just joining us, sorry we had some technical difficulties earlier with this, and we're here in Starplex Field, number 4 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for the winners bracket final between Meigs County and Marion County. And Kyle, what kind of updates do we have from today?
Well, today, in the losers bracket, Huntington and Silverdale played, and Silverdale beat them 16-3.
And that was this morning at 10 a.m.
And then at 11:30, Midway and Summertown played, and Midway won 1-0. And then Silverdale and Midway played at 4. Silverdale blowing out Midway
Mercy rule in the bottom of the 6th.
12-2.
And that game happening just before this one started.
And so then that means whoever loses this game here
We'll play Silverdale tomorrow at
Nine.
9 p.m.
And as I was talking to the Silverdale coach about, only 3 teams left in the state tournament, all 3 of them from the Chattanooga area. Only 3 teams came, 3 teams left in this tournament, and it will be the 1-2-3 punch. But tonight and tomorrow will determine who gets the 1, 2, and 3 in the placement of this state tournament. It'll be an interesting story coming from that.
What are your predictions, Chandler?
I don't usually put out predictions.
Not on the radio, anyway.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be a strike there down the middle as Baker.
Up to bat number 1, Haley Baker, the first baseman for the Lady Warriors. She is a senior.
Coming with the second pitch, the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be high there. 1-1 now the count. Tigers are the mascot in front of the gentleman standing up in front of us. And I believe we saw lightning, but maybe the umpires didn't see it. Not that far out.
And that is hit in between the gap between the third baseman and shortstop, and that allows Baker to get to first.
Have lightning play.
Yes. And Baker over to first after that play, and now up to bat, we have number 11, Chloe Campbell. She is a junior right fielder. And thank you, everybody, for joining us from either Meigs or Marion County. Both of y'all, we love the fanmanship y'all give us here at the Spear Nation Radio. Not even sure if fanmanship is a word, but hey, we'll go with it for now.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers.
And she tips that one behind her on a
Attempted bunt.
Yeah, failed attempt at a bunt. Shout out to our 108 listeners today. Had how many yesterday, Cal? 300 and...
I think during the broadcast we had about 390 at the end.
During Marion County
And Huntington. Huntington was out today at 2 straight losses for Huntington.
And there's a bunt, and it goes right past the third baseman Crabtree.
Great play there.
Good play by, who was
Campbell.
that batting? Campbell?
Campbell hit a short one, and it went in the infield, but it was just out of reach, just in the gap in between the pitcher, and it was a grounder, but it was in between the pitcher, the shortstop, and the third baseman. And either way, Campbell on first, Baker on second. And now up to bat, we have Erin O'Leary, number 12, the senior third baseman, and she tries to bunt, and that's going to be...
She backed it off, I believe.
Backed it off there, and that's going to be a ball. Madison County fans wonder why that wasn't a strike, but it was clearly outside. Must have backed off right before. Still scoreless if you're just joining us. Here in the bottom of the second, Marion County batting. 2 on for Marion County. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. And getting ready for the throw down is the catcher, Reed. And she won't throw it down. She'll hesitate and throw it back to Rogers in the circle.
Count now 1-1.
No outs in this inning right now. We're a 1-1 count, like Kyler said. Still scoreless.
O'Leary hitting.
Rogers with a pitch. She'll try to bunt. There O'Leary will. And Rogers will throw it to third for the force out. And still 2 on for the Warriors, but not on third. Baker is out. Campbell on second, and then O'Leary on first.
Up to bat now will be number 55, Savannah Thomas. She's the catcher, and she is a freshman.
Did you say up to bunt or up to bat?
Bat.
Well, everybody's pretty much bunted so far, so I didn't know.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It'll be outside there. On the left side, she's a left-handed batter. Nope, she's a left-handed batter. That'll be on the right side for her. Left side for us.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers.
That'd be outside once again, I do believe.
And umpire thinking about it, but no, he will not call a strike. 2-0 count for Rogers. Rogers collecting herself. Here she comes with a pitch. And it's going to be a strike right down the middle there. And it's now a 2-1 count for Thomas. She's ahead, 1 pitch away from being tied back with Rogers. Here comes the pitch.
Outside once again from Rogers.
And that was a close one, but it was outside. 3-1 the count now. In case you're just joining us here in the bottom of the second, 0-0 is the score.
All these balls being thrown seems to be kind of uncharacteristic of Rogers, but this being the third day, she must be getting at least a little tired, you'd have to say.
Here comes the pitch.
Her arm at least.
It's going to be a swing and a miss there for Thomas.
Wouldn't you agree with that, Chandler?
What is that?
This is all these balls being thrown is rather uncharacteristic of Rogers, but it being the third day, she must be getting at least a little tired.
And that comes with the tournament is it's going to be hit right down the middle, but it's going to be fouled off there by Thomas. And that's something you have to think about, too, is Rogers been pitching this whole tournament. We've seen with Silverdale they have three solid pitchers, and we've seen 2 pitchers from Marion County, but Rogers been in the whole time every day. But you got to think, too, she's only played once every day. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. And it's going to be a swing and a miss there for Thomas.
That's the Rogers we know.
And right down the middle, right coming up, is going to be Haley Hamilton, number 25, the designated player, a junior.
We have a Haley Hamilton in Squatch County.
Here comes the pitch.
And after that pitch count now 1-0.
She has 4 strikeouts right now.
2 outs currently. Here in the bottom of the second, still scoreless if you're just joining us.
Thank you to our 144 listeners. It's going to be a ball. Now 2 outs here, and now we have runners on second and third. I believe that is on third. That is Campbell and O'Leary still, I believe. O'Leary on second. With Hamilton up to bat with 2 outs. And it's a 2-0 count as Rogers fumbles the ball in her hand a little bit. Here she comes. And it's going to be a outside pitch there.
Strike.
Oh, he's going to call a strike. He's going to wait a second and call it a strike there.
2-1 now the count.
2-1 out of the count.
And the pitch. And she will. Uh-oh.
Ooh, and there was a pickle just there. The catcher had dropped it, so Campbell tried to steal home there. But the catcher was able to pick it up, throw it to Crabtree, but Crabtree dropped it.
She muffs it at third base, and Campbell will stay at third.
And O'Leary will remain at second. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Rogers.
And
that is
strikeout from Rogers. There we go. Another strikeout for her.
Hamilton is now out, and that will retire the side, and we'll go into the top of the third. Hitting for the Lady Tigers here at the top of the third should be number 2, Morgan Knox, the right fielder. She is a senior.
She also has a few RBIs in this tournament. No home runs, but a few RBIs.
Roberts still pitching for the Lady Warriors.
If you're just joining us, we're in the top of the third. Still no score from either team, but
just about to begin the top of the third.
Yeah, Morgan Knox coming up to bat for the Lady Tigers of Meigs County, with Roberts pitching for the Lady Warriors.
So far, both teams have been able to get players on base, but have been unable to bring any in.
Yep. Unable to capitalize on anything so far. Oh, of course, we almost did see Campbell steal home here
that
few
last
minutes
inning.
back, yes.
But here we go, starting off the top of the third. Here comes the first pitch from Roberts.
And that one's fouled off to the right side.
Count now 0-1. Number 2, Knox, up to bat for the Lady Tigers. Here comes the pitch from Roberts. Here it comes.
And that one will be way outside as she throws the ball on that one.
Count now evened up at 1-1. I feel like what we believe is the Meigs County baseball team that's in front of the stands here might be throwing off Roberts just a little bit.
I believe they are. The way that they're throwing their hands up in the air, kind of like they're on a roller coaster, and swinging from left to right.
Shout out to the tribe from Sequatchie County.
Yeah, seriously. But, and she knocks that one into the right
gap
field,
between
and right fielder has an error. But she will stay at first.
Went right in between the gap of the second baseman
And the
and
first.
first baseman and headed straight to the right fielder, Campbell, who was unable to hold on to it, which allowed Knox to get there.
Before she did. Now up to bat, though, is Kaylee Moore.
We're back at the top of the lineup for the Meigs County Lady Tigers.
And she fouls that one.
Count 0-1 here in the top of the third.
Foul on a failed attempt at a...
No outs currently. Still scoreless. Here comes the pitch from Roberts.
And that one goes outside, as that'll be a ball.
Count now evened up at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch.
And that one goes low, I do believe, and will be a ball.
She showed bunt there for a moment.
And brought it back.
Count now 2-1.
Oh, she's the one with the fluorescent orange bat. See that thing from a mile away. And she gets a hit
And it
right
goes
from the...
right past the second baseman.
Wow.
And Knox rounds second and ends up at third. And Moore
Stays
is now
at
at first.
Batters in the corners. And now to bat is Meadows, Kaylee Meadows.
Number 44,
The
second baseman for the Lady Tigers.
Wow. Well, Meigs County has come on to a hit parade, haven't they?
Well, they do say hitting is contagious, Robert.
So is sneezing
Here comes the pitch.
and yawning.
And that will be called a ball. Count now 1-0. No outs currently here in the top of the third. Runners on the corners, if you're just joining us. Still scoreless.
And that'll be a foul ball hitting the net, so dead ball.
Count now 1-1. Meadows steps out of the box, gets in her couple practice swings.
Knox ready to go at third, ready to get to home plate.
And Moore was able to steal
And
second.
That'll be a foul ball going out. No, right inside the fence, but not caught by any player.
We had missed that, but Moore apparently has stolen second.
Oh. I did miss that.
Count now 1-2 on Meadows. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Roberts. And that'll be called a ball. Count now 2-2, evened up. Roberts coming.
And fouled once again.
Off behind her this time.
It's her third foul ball.
Meadows determined to stay in there.
She don't want any outs, Kyler.
Well, that's kind of part of the game. Comes the 2-2 pitch.
And that one hit to the second baseman, goes to the first baseman, and she is out. But Knox will score on that play there.
So 1 out now, but
Meadows gets a sacrifice RBI. And now your Meigs County Tigers will lead 1-0 over the Lady Warriors. Shout out to our 180 listeners over the radio here. And
Up to bat
that
is
will be a low ball.
up to bat is number 33, Aubrey Reed. She is the catcher for the Lady Tigers.
Yep.
And after that first pitch, count now 1-0.
The pitch from Roberts. And that will be a fly ball. Fouled off to the your count now being 1-1 with
1 out
1 out.
here in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that'll be a and Meigs will score again after the wild pitch from Roberts. catcher was not able to
Get
get hold of it, and that allowed Moore
to come home from third and score.
But count now 2-1. Reed still batting, but now the Meigs County Lady Tigers lead the Marion County Lady Warriors 2-0.
And here's the pitch, and she knocks that one into left
Field, and it's fair.
She stays at first. And yet again, the Tigers have someone on base.
Up to bat now is number 28, Madison Crabtree, the third baseman. One out here in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch from Roberts.
And she'll foul that one off behind her, and that one will be stuck in the net.
Stuck in the fence. Here comes the pitch. Count 0-1.
And wow.
Reed
Steals second on that play after it was a strike.
count now 0-2.
I don't know what happened with Thomas there, but she could have probably got it to second after that strike there.
Just not, I guess she did not quite notice it in time.
She must not have.
Count now 1-2 after that ball thrown by Roberts.
And that one's knocked down the left field line, but it is foul. Your count now.
Count still
1-2.
1-2.
One out in the top of the third. Tigers over the Lady Warriors 2-0. With who on base? Who's on base?
Aubrey Reed.
Ah, that's right.
She's
And
on
she
second,
knocks
and
that one
Crabtree
up,
knocks
up.
that out and caught by the center fielder
Jordan,
Harley Jordan.
who made so many amazing catches yesterday. One over the fence to steal a home run from Huntington. And
A
another
diving
one
catch in center field as
Yeah.
well.
to put away a side. So, those were all in the same inning, I believe.
Up to bat now, the pitcher.
Rogers. And it'll be fouled off to the right. So,
Count 0-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the third.
yep.
Swing and a miss for
will
Rogers.
Swing at that one.
Count now 0-2.
She should not have swung at that one.
Roberts coming with the 0-2 pitch.
And she swings at that one, but that one will go up and foul into the trees over here.
Almost thought that was going to hit someone in the head.
I think the women were running from the ball there.
Regardless, count still 0-2. 2 outs.
And that one will be a ball. And she is
Ooh.
safe at third on the steal.
Reed able to steal third there after the catcher, Thomas, dropped the ball.
Wow. Nice play from Reed on that one. Sliding into third. I didn't know if she had that or not.
It was awful close. Count now 1-2. Here comes Roberts.
To the other pitcher, Rogers. And she hits that one off into the left field. And she'll get a single, and Reed will score.
The Meigs County Tigers now up 3-0 over the Marion County Lady Warriors here in the top of the third with 2 outs.
And Rogers getting a pinch runner, number 1. Isn't that?
That is Odom.
Odom's number 10, I
Nope.
believe.
Number 1. Let me look real quick. Let me advise some things.
Oh, that's Odom.
I was correct. I was correct. It is Odom.
And Ellis calling timeout and having his players out in the circle there. That's Coach Randy Ellis. Very, very, very good game going on here. 3-0 is the score right now. Meigs County over Marion County here in the third.
Chandler, every time you walk away, I swear the Tigers score.
Well, do I need to walk away or stay put?
I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I still got to wake up really early in the
We're
morning.
supposed to be unbiased.
Yeah, we're supposed to be unbiased, Chandler.
That's why I said, should I walk away or should I leave?
Just walk away every once in a while.
Well, I don't know.
Roberts right now, coming into the second inning, Roberts had almost double the pitches there that Rogers did. Rogers pitching a more efficient game, I would say.
And that
Swing and a miss for Ward.
Should be a great matchup between these two pitching aces going forward. As, yes, she has allowed 3 runs, but that is not characteristic of Roberts. Here comes the pitch from Roberts.
And that one's fouled off the right side there, outside the fence.
Ward steps out of the box, gets her in a couple swings.
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 Just a swinging.
Beep.
Don't start a singing.
Count now 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Pitch from Roberts.
And that one goes out to left field, and the left fielder having a little
Hard
bit of
time
issue
getting to
there.
She'll
And she overthrows the third baseman.
But the catcher there, Thomas, comes to get it, backing up third baseman pretty much there on that throw. But runners on second and third for Meigs County.
And Lindsey Ward gets a double and puts Odom on third and her on second.
Second on the throw.
Failed to mention earlier that was another RBI for
Home plate
Rogers.
coming to get the ball from the Silverdale dugout.
Silverdale.
Marion.
Oh, Marion. I saw the Silverdale third base coach. And soon.
He need baseball, softball. Yeah, I mean, although I wouldn't want to be in front of that.
Now up to bat number 23, Olivia Johnson, the center fielder.
Had 2 home runs yesterday.
Clean there on first.
And she's a senior.
And that one goes really high, but the right fielder comes all the way up in the infield and catches that one.
And that is Campbell, the junior.
That will retire the side and will go into the bottom of the third with
But
the
damage.
Meigs County Lady Tigers now leading the Marion County Lady Warriors.
3-0.
And Marion County knows where they stand now. having to go and try to get past Meigs County, and Meigs County already up 3-0. So we'll see if they're up to the challenge of getting past Meigs County. I want to thank all our Tigers and Warriors fans for joining us on the air tonight. I'm Chandler Morrison here with
Robert Easter
And Kyler Hudson.
And like I said earlier, Rogers being more efficient there in the circle than Roberts. Roberts having almost 20 or 25 more pitches there than Rogers coming into that second inning. And now she's well over 60, I believe, right now, pitches after that one. Rogers getting warmed up here, and this is a very, very good battle between these two aces who have been really dominant, I guess, for their opponents. Rogers more so than most. I've heard 2 or 3 coaches say, they've not seen a pitcher like her, even at this level, and then to come up here, they don't know anybody else that they could emulate with Rogers there.
Rogers is one of the youngest and best softball pitchers I've seen in a while.
And just think, Rogers also a pitcher last year as a freshman.
Wow.
And here we go.
And up to bat now we have
Number 10, Brianna Havner, the left fielder, a junior for the Lady Warriors.
The Lady Warriors not yet been all the way around their cycle yet.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers, and Havner all bunt, but she'll pull back, but it'll be a strike anyways. 0-1 count starting off this inning. In case you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the third. Marion County trails Meigs County 3-0. Here comes
And
the pitch.
she fouls that one behind her for the second strike.
Again, Meigs County winning 3-0 after that last inning, and some great base running and great batting there by the Lady Tigers. Goes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be high, and
she swang.
Yes.
So that'll be a strikeout for Rogers once again.
I think what happened there for Havner, she swung at that one and then tried to pull back, but it was already too late. The bat had gone too far, as we're now back to the start of the lineup with Harley Jordan, the senior, who last night had a heck of a night. Rogers, come with the pitch.
And a swing and a miss for Jordan.
Wow.
Jordan made 2 spectacular outfield catches out in center field last night, one robbing a home run. And as she hits it over to the second baseman, and she has a miscue there, and Jordan will be on first. And 2 plays later, Jordan, after robbing the home run, comes up pretty much to the infield and grabs a pop fly after hitting some batters, making some things happen in the batter's box there, and also coming in and relief pitching for Roberts and picking up the save, as Roberts got the win on that game last night as the Marion County Warriors won 6-4 over Huntington. And now here comes the pitch from Rogers. And it'll be a ball on the outside there for Vinson. Brandon Vinson, the shortstop senior.
Sophomore,
sorry, I misread it. And she tries to run up and hit it there. Has to do a little slap hitting there, and no cigar there. She has the strike.
Count now 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Meigs County leads 3-0 as Rogers comes with a pitch, and it's going to be high there. They'll throw down to first. They do not get
Havner. No, Jordan. Excuse me.
They don't get her. Back to Rogers. The ball goes. She comes up to the rubber. Vincent stepping into the batter's box. Rogers was a pitch. And she's going to swing and miss, and that'll be strike number 2 for Vincent. 2-2 now the count. Again, if you're just joining us, Meigs County leads 3-0. Harley Jordan on base for Marion County on first base with Vincent up. And Vincent swings and misses. They throw it down to first again, and they do not get Jordan at first. Nonetheless, 2 outs for Meigs County with 1 on. And now up to bat, we have number 5, Michaela Dalton, the second baseman, a senior for the Lady Warriors. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be outside, high. And that'll be a ball. Rogers comes back into the circle.
Here comes the
side.
pitch.
Now here comes the pitch, and it's a strike swinging there for Dalton.
Count now.
I don't think she put all her effort into that swing either. That was one of the slowest swings I've seen.
And maybe it just looks slow compared to this pitcher. And it's down the middle for another strike there for Rogers. And, you know, talked about a lot of these coaches having to adjust to, having to adjust to Rogers. Rogers easily throwing about 10 miles an hour faster than most of the pitchers up here.
And that's a strikeout for her again.
That's going to be look like a little bit of a riser there for Rogers coming up. But you're talking about Rogers 10 miles an hour faster than most of the pitchers up here. And 10 miles an hour in pitching is a lot to try to make up for. So trying to adjust for these for Rogers, especially when Marion County has not seen her yet in a game this season, is very, very crucial, but very, very hard to guess when that ball's coming, how fast it's coming. So a lot of Rogers' dominance has been her speed, and with those fast balls she's got coming in, it's very hard to hit when she gets movement on because she's got a lot in her arsenal right now. And, of course, 10 miles an hour faster than the other pitchers, what other coaches are saying. It's at least faster in that regard than most of the other pitchers up here. And even Silverdale had to adjust back from Rogers yesterday as they won their losing bracket game. They were very, very slow there in the first 5 innings before taking over and getting their bats hot again. But a lot of that had to do with they were used to a faster pitcher, and now they're coming down to a slower pitcher. They were coming down to a slower pitcher then, but now Marion County having to adjust to Rogers as Roberts is in the circle. In case you're just joining us, we are in the top of the 4th inning. Scores 3-0. Meigs County leads over Marion County. And we want to thank all our Warriors and Tigers fans for joining us on the call tonight. As I'm with Robert Easterly and Kyler Hudson here in the booth, overlooking the Starplex Field 4 here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for this winner's bracket championship state tournaments, I should say, here in Spring Fling. Wow, that's a mouthful to say. Here comes the pitch from Roberts. It's going to be hit right at Roberts. It's going to hit her and fly off to the second baseman. And Dalton's going to get thrown to first to Baker, and no good there. They don't get the out.
I'd say Roberts is going to have a big whelp on her leg after that one.
Oh, you are.
Crowder now sitting on first, and the coaches are going to see Roberts out on the pitcher circle. She took the ball, I think, on her right there on that
On
leg.
her left leg, yeah.
Left leg. I thought it was maybe the torso, maybe upper leg there.
No, left shin.
Waiting on the coach to see what he wants to do. Excuse me. Ellis talking to the umpire now. Roberts probably hoping. Ellis probably hoping that Roberts can stay in. Roberts, a crucial pitcher for this Marion County squad. He, the self-proclaimed ace, the senior. We do have other options here with Jordan, but hopefully she'll be able to stay in and not have to go out off this.
A little early for Jordan to swap and pitch for her now.
Yes. And I don't know what he's talking about out there. Ellis maybe just be talking about the play, and if it hit, it should be a time, but I don't think it should be. Or he may just be talking about who he could replace and what the rules are on that, maybe trying to clarify some things.
Nevertheless, Crowder will stay on first with the single.
Yes, and Morgan Knox will be up to bat. She is a right fielder, a senior
And
for the Lady Tigers, and they're going to bring in Haley Baker In for Roberts. She is the first baseman. And we'll see what's going to happen here. Who they're going to swap in and out
For
Baker.
Wow.
And I assume they'll probably be swapping 2 or 3 or 4 people out in and out of here, trying to get
Things
around
where they needed to be.
where they need to be. I wouldn't think it'd be a straight swap with Roberts being hit like that. And as Baker warms up here in the top of the fourth, Meigs County leads 3-0 here in Murfreesboro for this winner's bracket final here as we try to figure out who's going to be where now.
Savannah Parker's coming in.
And
She's an
Savannah
outfielder.
Parker's coming in. That's going to be for, I'm guessing, first base maybe?
She's an outfielder.
Outfielder. We'll see what happens. They haven't put all the players are sitting in the shallow outfield out beyond second base to the right of second base over there. Talking while Baker warms up with the catcher, that is Thomas.
Let's see who goes first.
And we'll wait a second to see what they figured out, who is going where. And now they'll come back out. All right.
Let's see here.
I can't get a number on the first baseman now, but we do know that Baker is now pitching.
4 in for 44.
Okay, so Parker does go to the first baseman position.
So now the only swap we have is Parker at first base, I believe.
And Baker at
Campbell's at first.
Keep going. We'll figure this out, and we'll get back, and it'll be a slow bunt there to the pitcher, and she'll be safe. Knoxville at first.
Campbell's at first, the girl that came into Campbell's spot.
What?
Campbell's at first, the girl that came into Campbell's spot.
Okay.
where's Campbell?
So
at?
Campbell is at first,
Oh.
and who came in for that? Who was that,
Parker.
number 4?
Number
Parker.
4.
Parker will go to right field, and the right fielder, Chloe Campbell, will go to first. As Meigs County has 2 on base now with Haley Baker
Savannah
pitching
Parker.
now after a ball hit Roberts. Baker throwing it to first. It's thrown to her, and it'll be an out. It'll be the first out of the inning. Meigs County still leading 3-0. Now we have runners in scoring position on second and third. Now to bat for the Lady Tigers
Meadows.
is Meadows, Kaylee Meadows. She is a senior second baseman. Baker with a pitch. And it's going to be inside, but it's going to be a strike there for Baker.
Everybody starts doing something on the first pitch every time. You don't have time to, you know, never fails. You try to get caught up on something. Hitting the first pitch every time.
And Baker, John DePlaney coming with a pitch. It's going to be in there and high and
Baker.
right there from us, and it's going to be a ball. 1-1 now the count with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. 3-0 is your score in Meigs County favors. We want to thank all of our Tigers and Warriors fans for listening right now. Here comes Baker.
And fouled off to the left side there as it hits the person on deck.
Meadows
Which
at the bat
is
for the Lady Tigers.
Crabtree.
Reed.
Reed. I
We'll
get their
thank our
numbers mixed up.
308 listeners for tuning in tonight on this overcast but pretty well good Thursday night. And it's going to be right over the shortstop of Vienson, and it's going to go to the center fielder. They're going to throw it to Baker, but nonetheless, a run scores. That is number 7, Crowder for the Lady Tigers scoring, and now they lead by 4. 4 points, or four runs in the fourth inning here for Meigs County. Marion County still with none as Baker is in the circle for Roberts. She took over earlier in the inning. Here goes Baker with a pitch.
And that'll be a ball.
Ball. Couldn't see where that one went in there. It looked like it might have been on the outside low corner there. We currently have a student section from Meigs County in front of us. We can't really see what's going on here. Here comes the pitch from Baker.
And that one will be a strike.
Going off what the umpire is saying right there.
Yeah, we got to watch the umpire. We don't know nothing.
Count now 1-1 with one out. Here in the top of the fourth.
Meigs County up 4-0. Pitch from Baker. That's going to be on the outside there. Nope, she doesn't get it.
2-1 the count now, one out.
In case you're just joining us, Meigs and Marion County are playing here in the winners bracket final of the state Class A state tournament bracket. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a foul ball there. For, that is...
Crabtree.
Crabtree.
The catcher.
Reed.
Or Reed, the catcher. Why
Reed
did I
the
say
catcher,
Crabtree?
I'm sorry.
I get Crabtree and Reed mixed up, guys.
It's fine, Robert. We know you're not very intelligent.
Reed coming over to talk to the coach.
I think she might have clipped
Coach
herself
Davis.
with that foul ball.
Count 2-2.
Baker looking around. Runners on second and third with one out and a 2-2 count now.
That is
for Reed.
That is Knox on third and Moore.
And Reed knocks one way back, but it will be caught by the center fielder. And third, who's that? Knox?
No, that is,
Knox
that
tags
is Knox.
third and goes home. But now with two outs, but the Meigs County Lady Tigers will be up 5-0
And who's
over
on
the
second
Lady
there,
Warriors.
Kyler?
That is
Moore.
Moore.
Moore. She is at second. She didn't tag up or anything, fearing that they might tag her out at second or third. And you said Knox scored at home there, and now it's 5-0 Meigs County here in the top of the fourth. Baker with the outside pitch there. 2 outs in the inning. 1-0 count for, that is Crabtree up to bat. Pitch.
And
it's going to be a strike down the middle, as Robert just said. I'm sorry I cut you off, Robert.
It's all right.
All right. Very highly touted matchup here, and a lot of people may not have expected this matchup to happen right here, right now in this winners bracket final. And that pitch for Baker is going to be on the outside. The 2-1 count now coming on this next pitch for Crabtree.
2 outs currently here in the top of the fourth. Meigs County Lady Tigers leading the
Pitch coming
Marion
from
County.
Baker. It's going to be fouled off there by Crabtree back toward the fence over to the left side here of field 4 of the Starplex field in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Got an overcast here. It's starting to lighten up a little bit. Looks like it was going to rain a little bit earlier. Now the sky is lighting up, so hopefully that will go over us and not touch us like it did last night. And Knox goes over to the third baseman, hits that one.
And she goes up to get it and does not touch the base in time, getting down.
And that's
So-
Campbell. Yeah, she'll
Crabtree.
jump up in the air trying to get that ball, and as she does,
Moore.
the runner will get to first.
Now we have Moore on third and Crabtree on first.
Runners on the corners for the Meigs County Tigers.
And now Rogers, the pitcher, comes up to bat.
Roberts with a pitch. Baker with a pitch. Houston Roberts. That's going to be fouled off there by Rogers.
Rogers hitting 2 home runs for 4 RBIs yesterday.
Johnson also hitting 2 home runs in that same
4.
game yesterday.
5 RBIs.
For 5 RBIs, yes. Here comes the pitch from Baker. It's going to be outside there. Now a 1-1 count for Baker.
With 2 outs here in the top of the fourth.
Meigs County with 2 on. That's going to be on the corners there for Meigs County. Baker coming with a pitch. It's going to be fouled off again by Rogers. Rogers with 31 strikeouts coming into the game for the tournament. And I believe we had 4 this one so far. And so that grand total adds up to 35 right now.
5. It was 5.
So it'll be 36 right now if we're counting right.
Don't
15
have
strikeouts against Silverdale and 16 against Summertown.
Yep.
Either way, it's a 2-2 count here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth, and 5-0 is the lead for Meigs County. It's going to be a high ball there. Now it's going to be full count there for
Rogers.
Rogers, the sophomore pitching ace for the Tigers. Phenomenal pitcher. But she's batting right now because the pitch is going to be fouled off yet again by Rogers, staying alive in this at-bat with a 3-2 count on her.
I was incorrect earlier, you guys. Moore is not on third. That is Meadows.
So we have Meadows on third, and who's on first, Kyler?
That is
Crabtree.
And here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a foul over to the left. But Kyler, we know the real answer to who's on third.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Today's pitching, and tomorrow's catching. Here comes the pitch from Baker.
And
This
that
will
one
be
will
hit
be
by
hit
Rogers.
to the left field and caught.
That's caught by the left fielder, Havner, for Marion County, and that will retire the side and keep more damage from coming Marion County's way as Meigs County scores 2 in that inning for the 5-0 lead. In the top of the fourth, we're going down to the bottom of the fourth now. Marion County will have a chance to score, but they have yet to hit off of the pitching ace and phenomenal flame-throwing arm of Rogers.
Flame throwing. I like that.
We'll say this. We sound like truck drivers up here when we say Roger that, but that's just what it is.
Roger that.
Waiting on Rogers to get out there is our catcher. That is Reed.
Which I mix up with Crabtree all the time. Don't know how I do that.
Waving at our photographer, Hunter White.
Taking pictures for us tonight.
Where's his monopod, guys? Is it in his pocket?
Must be. He don't have it. He don't have it on the camera there.
You don't have it.
Must set it down somewhere. But either way, Rogers warming up for the Meigs County Tigers.
And up to bat for the Marion County Lady Warriors will be number 1, Haley Baker.
Baker, the pitcher, that just got put in last inning for Roberts.
After she got hit by a ball.
From Crowder.
A line drive there from Crowder.
Which started the scoring in that last half inning.
And now Baker is up to bat. Baker is the senior first baseman, but she is pitching right now. Campbell at first, and then I believe that was who out at center field that took our right field.
Oh, no. Campbell went first from right field, and then
Savannah Parker, number 4, took over in right field.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a high pitch there by Rogers, and it's going to be a 1-0 count starting on this one. Here comes the pitch.
And she fouls it behind her this time.
And it's going to be a 1-1 count now.
Baker, a left-handed hitter, as well as a left-handed pitcher.
You know, and it seems like Rogers has had more hits off of her tonight than I can remember seeing, although there are no runs scored. Had a lot more the ball in the bat tonight, and it's going to be a strike down the middle for Rogers. And getting that contact on the base that a lot of other teams haven't been able to get thus far.
She only has one hit. And that's
There's been a lot of contact, though.
And that was from Jordan.
Yes, that was. And it's going to be a 2-2 count now. No outs for Meigs County with still Baker up to bat.
And she fouls that one. Count still 2-2.
Here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yep. Yeah. She hit a fly in the left field.
And it's kind of ironic here at the end of the top of the fourth there. It was Baker pitching to Rogers and turning right around. It's Rogers pitching to Baker. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be low in there. It's going to be a ball there for Baker. 3-2 count now.
Full count.
Rogers.
With the pitch.
Here it comes.
And that one will be a ball and
No,
strike. And she's out.
We could not see the umpire there for the Meigs County student section there, which is mostly made up out of baseball players from their state title, or their state tournament run they've made this week.
And are out now, I believe.
They were 2 and out in that tournament, I believe. And now Campbell up to bat, and there's a strike swinging there for Campbell, the junior.
Count 0-1. Meigs leading Marion County 5-0.
1 out in the inning. In the bottom of the 4th, here comes the hit, and it is fouled off there by Campbell.
Campbell usually playing right field. But
Shout out to our 372 listeners from both Meigs County and Marion County tonight.
Kyler, as you were saying.
Glad you're joining us to hear either your
Reminder.
Tigers or your Warriors try to claim the victory tonight. And that's going to be a ball on the outside there.
count now 1-2. With 1 out.
Campbell normally playing at right field, now playing first base as Parker goes out in her position in right field as Baker goes in to pitch for Marion County. Pitch
Here comes the pitch from Rogers.
Fouled. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off there, Robert. Go ahead.
I said the exact same thing.
Count now 1-2.
Rogers working on a one-hitter right now. Here she comes with a pitch
And fouled off the left side.
by Campbell. Both these teams in the state tournament last year, interesting to see them back here, although not a lot of success last year from either team, as Sell Creek, who is not here this year, got 3rd in that tournament. Forrest was the state champ last year. Forrest already out 0-2. That's a big storyline from the tournament as Rogers comes in, and it is going to be a high pitch. It's going to be a ball there. And continuing with that story, both these teams have been in this tournament, so a lot of experience from both sides here, and should be interesting to see who takes home the gold. And like we said earlier today, Silverdale won and made it an all Chattanooga area 1-2-3 punch left.
Strikeout once again from Rogers. I believe that is her 7th or 8th strikeout.
Yes, and 3 teams from the 3 teams are left in this Class A state championship. All 3 are from the Chattanooga area in this year, where no teams from AA or AAA made it to Murfreesboro, but 3 teams from the single A class did. Rogers with the pitch after the strikeout.
Ball on the outside.
It's going to be a ball outside there for O'Leary, Aaron O'Leary. She is a senior, I believe.
Yeah.
The third baseman. 1-0 count now for her. She's going to hold out a butt. No, she's going to come back, and it's going to be a strike down the middle.
Good pitch from Rogers.
Now Rogers coming with the pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss there for O'Leary, and it's a 1-2 count now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th here. Meigs County leads 5-0. Like I said, the winner here tonight will not have to play in the morning. They will play tomorrow at around 2. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside there. No cigar there for Rogers. Winner will have the easier road. They won't play till 2 tomorrow. The winner will have to play at 9, or the loser will have to play at 9, and then have to turn around if they win and play Meigs County again, or play the winner again, at 2 o'clock, as that pitch is fouled off.
As both teams that are still in it have already, well, one of them is currently playing Meigs, and one of them has already been beaten by Meigs.
Yes.
The other team being Silverdale.
Just a twist of fate to see all 3 teams at the 1-2-3 punch here in the state tournament.
And
it's
that
a
one's
wide hit there for
foul.
O'Leary, but it'll go to first there after Rogers picks it up. And that will retire the side.
3 outs from Rogers on that one.
3 up, 3 out.
Down. 3 up, 3 down.
Or 3 up, 3 out. 5-0 is the score here in the fourth. And here comes.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be going into the top of the fifth.
As coach from Marion County is meeting with his team over on the dugout side. Okay, we have another pitching change from Marion County as Jordan comes in to pitch like she did yesterday in the 5th inning.
And Baker moves back to first.
And I believe Parker goes out to center field. Okay. I believe it's Baker that went out to center field. I'll have to get you on that one.
Baker went back to first.
Okay.
Baker went back to first, and Harley Jordan moves to pitch.
Harley Jordan, used to this scenario. I've seen it 2 or 3 times this season where she has come in for Roberts. I believe things are to the way they were, except for Jordan being in for Roberts. And Campbell goes back out to right field, I believe.
Center field. Oh, left.
And coming out with a different lineup than they did coming out of that inning.
And Parker, excuse me, she goes out to left field.
So
As
Parker,
the left fielder goes into center field.
and where is Campbell on the field right now?
Center field.
She is in center field.
Center. Okay.
Right field? She is in right field.
And number 10, left. Brenna went to center.
So Havner went to center field, and then who is in left field?
Parker, the one that
Parker,
came in
okay.
originally for.
And up to bat now for the Lady Tigers is number 20. Or 29, I think that's Ward there.
Yeah, Ward.
That is the left fielder, a sophomore. And she fouls one off down the first base line. Jordan coming with a pitch. It's going to be fouled off there to the right side there, and it's going to be an 0-2 count coming now for Ward. Thank our Warrior and Tigers fans for listening in to this state tournament game here in Murfreesboro. Comes the pitch from Jordan. It's going to be outside and low, it looks like. I apologize. It is kind of hard to see the plate. We do have a contingent of Meigs County High School students blocking our view to a limited extent on the left side. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, if you were on your way here or you were trying to get here, good luck finding a seat, because there is nary a seat to be found, or a spot even to put a seat.
Nary.
Wow.
Got to put some fancy terminology in there for the listeners. And Jordan on the outside there.
Once
and
again.
she won't get the strike. It'll be 2-2 the count now for Jordan, with Ward to the plate. On the plate, I should say. Top of the fifth, 5-0 is the score. Meigs County
And
leads, and
she
it's
puts that one out to right field, and it is fair, and she's going to second base. That's a double for Ward, hitting it out to the very edge of right field, barely a fair ball.
That was barely fair there, but nonetheless it was fair. As they finally throw it into the pitcher, Jordan, and it goes past her and the third baseman, O'Leary, having to pick it up from her. Ward on second after the double. Here comes the pitch from Jordan. And it's going to be a strike down the middle there.
Jordan, a left-handed pitcher.
Number 23, Olivia Johnson, the center fielder, a senior for the Tigers, up. Here comes Jordan with a pitch. It'll be a bunt, but it'll be fouled back straight to the fence. Johnson, along with Rogers yesterday, they both hit 2 home runs apiece, 4 home runs total between the two of them in that game yesterday. I believe Johnson had a 2 or 3 run there. She had 5 RBIs, I know, as that pitch goes on the outside there for Jordan.
Hey, Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah, she had 5 RBIs.
5 RBIs, as Robert says. Here comes the pitch from Jordan. It's going to be outside there, and no strike there for Jordan. It's going to be a 2-2 count now. In case you're just joining us, Meigs County up 5-0 here in the top of the 5th. They're batting right now. Jordan in the circle after both Roberts and Baker have come before her, and that's going to be a strikeout there for Jordan. That'll be her first of the night.
First of the tournament.
She was in yesterday. She had no strikeouts yesterday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they did win yesterday against Huntington.
Up to bat now, number 7,
Crowder.
Allison
and can't
Crowder.
see if she's crowding the plate for all the Meigs County fans crowding the back of the fence.
Yeah.
Again with the crowd jokes, Chandler.
Well, there is a crowd down there. I mean, there's nowhere to sit anymore.
Crowder
Nary a
crowding the
place.
plate again, and she
hits that one. And second baseman runs and gets that one over, almost foul, but
And that's Dalton there getting the pop-up fly over here, almost to foul territory from second base, coming over here to the first base line to grab that one. As we now have number 2, Morgan Knox, coming to the plate. She scored in this one. Here comes the pitch from Jordan. It's going to be down the middle, but it's going to be low, it looks like, there for Jordan. And it's going to be 1-0 with 2 outs. 1-0 the count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the, or top of the 5th, excuse me. 5-0 is the score. Meigs County leading Marion County. Goes to the third baseman, and it's back over to Baker, and it's going to be an out at first. It's going to retire the side. That grounder going to O'Leary on third base, and she retires the side over at first in the inning. No damage done here by Meigs County as they go on to the bottom of the 5th. Marion County with only 3 more chances to score. No scores. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry. That is, I don't know where that came from. Do not know. Ashley Rogers, so similar the names. Ashley Rogers with a shutout so far here in the 5th.
Aaron Rodgers, isn't that a major league player?
He is a
Quarterback for the Packers.
That's
Yes.
what I thought.
Discount, double check.
Discount.
But Rogers has her own motto from us, and that is
Roger that.
Roger that.
Roger that. She's warming up right now, and like we said, she is working with a lot of strikeouts. I believe she has 9 in this game. Combined with her 31, that's 40 strikeouts in this tournament in 3 games. 40 strikeouts, and my Lord, that is a grand number, almost inconceivable number of strikeouts in a state tournament when you're going up against what should be the 8 best teams in the state. In case you're just joining us, 5-0, Meigs County leads here in the bottom of the 5th. Marion County coming up to the plate for the Warriors is number 55, I believe.
Thomas.
Savannah Thomas. She's the catcher and a freshman for the Warriors.
Yep.
Left-handed hitter. Seems to be quite a few left-handed hitters on the Marion County squad.
Shout out to our 446 listeners. Oh, I mean, I'm sure that's Meigs and Marion combined, of course, but
Still, a lot of listeners.
a lot of listeners.
It warms my heart.
That's more than we've ever had during an actual football game.
And
No,
after,
we've had about 700 in a football game.
Oh, wait, yeah, that was the Bledsoe game.
and after that
was
pitch,
the South Pittsburgh game.
after
Oh,
that
yeah.
pitch count now,
Coming in, that's going to be low and outside there.
Count now,
1-1
1-1.
count now, as Kyler says. Rogers in the circle. Still for the Lady Tigers. In case you're just joining us, 5-0 the score. Meigs County over Marion County. That's going to be a foul ball there. 1-2 count now for, that is, Thomas. What a game we're watching. Winners bracket final in the state championships, the state tournament here in Murfreesboro. Starplex field number 4 is the field we're overlooking in the press box, and it's going to be hit to the second baseman by Thomas, and to first. She's out at first from the second baseman. That is Meadows.
And Rogers gets another save on that one. Still only has one hitter on her in this game.
And a scoring shutout thus far. Marion County playing some really, really good ball here. Late.
Up to bat now, number 25, Haley Hamilton.
They did win their district, but they lost in the region finals to Silverdale, who was also up here at the state tournament, in a 9-4 affair. Silverdale just had the bats too hot that game. Here comes the pitch from Rogers, and that's going to be low and a ball there for Rogers.
Haley Hamilton up to bat for the Lady Warriors. I'd like to apologize to her for not knowing about the name change.
Yes. Was Fry, now Hamilton. We apologize. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be in there, but it's not going to be a strike. It'll be 3-0 count now. She shout out to her. She tweeted me out on Twitter and called me out for not knowing the name change.
And we remedied that in our books as soon as we could.
And that's going to be a strike down the middle for Rogers. 3-1 count now for Rogers.
The inning before Baker led off with a single.
Count
And
now,
it's 5-0
3-1.
the lead for Meigs County. They're on defense. Marion County is hitting. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be
Strike.
a strike there. It's going to be 3-2, a full count coming now for number 25, Haley Hamilton. Like we said, she's the designated player and a junior for the Lady Warriors. Full count, one out in the bottom of the fifth. Excuse me, Rogers. She is coming with a pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss
strike
there
out
for Hamilton.
And Rogers now has 10 in this game. We have now 2 outs for the Warriors as Rogers gets ready to.
Havner.
And that'll be a strike on that pitch.
Count now 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
As she bunts that one straight up, and Rogers has it.
That will retire the side, and we will go into the top of the sixth.
Wow. This game is going by a lot quicker than I expected. But, I mean, they've only had one person on base, and that was their now pitcher, Jordan. And they've not had anybody on base since, and that was back in the third inning, I believe.
Second or third.
Second or third. But they're just not being able to get anybody on base. Of course, not being able to score. So we'll see if they can try to shut out Meigs in this half inning and see if they can score coming into the bottom.
5-0 the score here as we go to the top of the sixth. Jordan still in the circle for the Warriors. She took over for Baker, who took over for Roberts 2 innings ago in mid-inning. I apologize.
Half inning.
Great game of brewing here. We'll see if the Marion County Warriors can make a comeback. They've got 2 more chances.
Hold up. Did you just say a Bruin?
A brewing.
Storm and brewing.
Okay, then. Continue. I just wanted to make
Although
sure.
it is a 5-0 lead, very, very manageable for these Lady Warriors who have had no trouble scoring
here of late.
We apologize for our redneck accents.
We do apologize. We are from the valley. Marion can understand that. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be down the middle, and no, it's going to be low.
Kyler and Chandler in sync there. As we have a Tiger head in the stands.
Along with the Meigs County student section down below us. Here on Starplex field number 4 in Murfreesboro for the state tournament.
Count
Here comes
2-0.
Yes.
And count now 3-0.
3-0 against number 25, Kaylee Moore.
The top of the Meigs lineup.
Back to the top. She's a shortstop.
And
The
that
sophomore.
one's a strike.
Strike.
For Jordan. 3-1 count now.
And that one hit to the first baseman, and she'll
Baker.
tag the base as she is now out. Moore goes out. Now Meadows up to bat.
It'll be out number 1 for the inning. Here in the top of the 6th. Marion County, the home team, so they will have last bat. It'll be all hinging on them, it looks like, with a 5-0 lead by Meigs County. It's going to be a high pitch there, and it's going to be not a strike, it'll be a ball.
Well, if
It's not a
Meigs
strike, it
can,
has to be a ball, I know.
if Meigs can come up with 5 runs, then there won't be a 7th inning.
I ain't talking about the game.
After that pitch, the count now 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
Here's the pitch.
Meigs County leading 5-0 over.
That's going to be
Marion
outside a
County.
wild pitch, but no one on base to take advantage of that. With Meadows up to bat.
Count now 2-1.
And the pitch. And knocked over to the right side there. And foul. Count 2-2, 1 out. With
Top of the 6th.
who's batting? Meadows?
Meadows, yes. Number 44, Kaylee Meadows.
She's a senior, is she not?
Yes, and she is the second baseman for the Lady Tigers.
As she puts that one past the third baseman, goes in the left field, and she'll stay at first.
Went right past the third baseman, O'Leary.
I believe that's her second or third error of this game. But now we go to our next batter, which is
Number 33, Aubrey Reed.
the catcher for the Meigs County Lady Tigers. As she bangs one straight to first, and they'll get a... Oh, they will not get a double play. She muffs the
Vincent.
ball at second.
Vincent muffed it at second and was unable to capitalize on that possible double play.
Just an interesting note here. Ashley Rogers with about 76 pitches combined between the 3 pitchers of Marion County. They have 111. Nearly a 30-point pitch difference here at this point in the game.
And that one is fouled off behind Reed.
Meadows now on second for those of you who did not catch that.
Excuse me, that's not Reed. That is Crabtree now batting. Count now 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
And we're back here on Spirit Nation Radio as Meigs County is in defense. That's going to be number
9.
Harley Jordan back to the top of the lineup for the Marion County Warriors. She's a senior, and she's pitching right now for the Lady Warriors.
Well, now she's batting.
Now she's batting, but she was pitching. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be outside there. Going to be a ball. Again, if you're just joining us, sorry we went out for just a second there during our musical break. We had a 5-0 score right now. Meigs County leading with Rogers with the pitch. It's going to be in there, and it's going to be a little bit low, it looks like, there for
Little
Rogers.
on the inside as well. Jordan being a left-handed pitcher. Not pitcher, hitter. Excuse me.
Pitcher and hitter.
True.
And she knocks that one foul, but caught. No, she dropped it.
Over, that's the right fielder there for Meigs County. That is Knox.
Wow, I thought she had that one, but she dropped it.
And at first, she didn't think she'd get over there, but she ended up being able to get under it, and she dropped it.
Count now 2-1.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be jacked off, and it's going to be a foul ball back. Looked like it went off toward the left side of the field right there.
That it did.
Oh, goodness.
Here goes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be high in the zone.
And
Full count
full
now
count.
for Jordan. And no, she's not pitching. She is a hitter right now. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
Full count.
No outs. 5-0 lead for Meigs County. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It's going to be hit. It's going to be foul there off right beside Jordan, and she'll go to first, but she will have to come back and hit again. And the Tiger uniform down here is getting adjusted. Be under the student section here. We can see it just looking at us. Kind of weird.
Hey, Marty.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers.
You got my story
Fouled
up.
once
I
again
can
off
take
to the
one
left side
to
this
it.
time.
You can do it if you're still looking
Not
at it.
caught, but I do believe someone did get there.
I missed it
And so
there.
it's going to be out to the
I was gonna do
left
ag.
fielder
I
there
missed an arrow.
as Rogers gets the ball back. And
Right
here
after I
comes
quoted,
the and up to bat right now we have Vincent, I believe, don't we?
We still have
With Jordan. Still have
Jordan still up to bat.
Wow, this has been a long at bat when I think the next batter has already come up. I apologize, Jordan.
Okay, they were also aided by
Not that I didn't see her out there.
and
Just
five
lost track of the batters.
instead of four.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers. It'll be fouled off there again by Jordan, and we're probably looking at a double-digit pitch, a double-digit
Digit.
pitch total here for Jordan.
Jordan fighting hard to stay in there.
Rogers waiting for Jordan to settle in the box. And now, here she comes with the pitch. It's going to be a strikeout there for Jordan on the outside, and she'll go back in the dugout. One down for the Meigs County Tigers.
Up to bat
And
now.
11 strikeouts for Ashley Rogers.
11 strikeouts for her. That's 42 on the week in this state tournament.
Kyler.
Up to bat now. Brianna Vinson.
Kyler's cousin.
It's going to be a strike there for Vincent. The 0-1 count with one out. And if you're just joining us, 5-0 lead here by Meigs County over Marion County in the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled off there and hit the netting right above their heads. Over to the left a little bit, actually.
Count now 0-2. 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
His headphone has a short in it.
Shout out to our 590 listeners from Meigs and Marion County. Appreciate you tuning in for this state tournament game between the Meigs County Tigers and the Marion County Warriors. Here comes the pitch from Rogers.
And strikeout once again from Matt Rogers.
2 strikeouts in this inning for Rogers already, and could it be another one coming up with 2 outs in the inning? And that's her 12th. No, that is her.
Yeah.
That is her 12th. 43rd on the week.
Up to bat now, number 5, Michaela Dalton.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers. Be a strike there on the outside of the zone.
If you're just joining us, score is 5-0 Meigs County currently over Marion County.
And a swing there by Dalton and a miss.
In the bottom of the 6th.
0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Rogers looking to strike out her 3rd this inning and her 13th this game.
One last strike to end the side here.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers. And it's going to be out of the zone there, from what the umpire says.
Little high.
Little high. 1-2 count here. In the bottom of the 6th, Marion County batting. 5-0 the score. Marion County over Meigs County. Meigs County over Marion County, excuse me.
That one goes outside.
And that's going to be a close one there.
Rogers seemed to think it was a strike and started to walk towards the dugout.
Here comes the pitch from Rogers.
And
It'll be fouled off
Fouled.
by number 5, Michaela Dalton. The third one to come up to the plate this inning.
2's across the board. She has 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Here comes Rogers.
And strike on that one. That'll be her 3rd strikeout of this half inning.
3 up, 3 down yet again for Rogers.
And that'll be the 13th strikeout of the game for Rogers as she tries to get over her totals from the first 2 games, which were a staggering 31 strikeouts combined, with 15 against Silverdale on Tuesday night and 16 against Summertown last night here in the Borough. The Borough is a great place here for Rogers, with now 43 strikeouts on the weekend, I believe, or 44, I believe.
Yeah, 44.
44 strikeouts on the weekend for
Ashley
Rogers. It may be 43, 44. We're not exact on our numbers. We'll check at that here in just a minute with Jordan in the mound.
Going into the top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th. Meigs County still leads 5-0 over Marion County. Marion County will have one more chance here after this half inning. Meigs County still gets their chance. But they'll have middle of their lineup, the 4, 5, 6 in their lineup. But right now, we have Meigs County coming up to the plate. For them, we have
Rogers.
Rogers again leading off for the inning.
Rogers has a single today and an RBI. She was getting dangerously close to hitting Rogers both times on those 2 pitches.
Yep. 2-0 count.
As she hits her that time, and the official maybe.
No, just standing there waiting for the play to go back. Making sure nothing's going to happen at that with the tension of this game.
Jordan must be getting tired.
And now the umpire's going to go talk to the coach, and they're going to have a pinch runner in there for Rogers. That's going to be, I believe, Odom, as was done in 2 times in the last game.
And earlier
this
today.
game.
And once this game. That's correct.
as that one hits
Ward.
and she will walk as well.
And Jordan looking like she is getting a little bit tired out there. And Coach Ellis comes out to the circle to kind of talk to Jordan there after she hits 2 straight batters here in the winner's bracket final. 5-0 the score, Meigs County over Marion County right now as they're meeting there. We'll give a shout out to our 631 listeners. for the throwdown. And players meeting up in the circle. They'll go out to their positions as Baker gets ready. Line here, Meigs County with a 5-0 lead. Can Marion County put a dent in it and maybe possibly get the lead back here in the bottom of the second and take the in left field there by the center fielder, that is Johnson, Olivia Johnson.
So now Rogers has 2 hits against her.
Up to bat now, number 11, Chloe Campbell.
And a pinch runner comes in for Baker, number 6 for Marion County.
The left fielder there, Lindsey Ward, trying to catch that miss. Goes
Pritchett. Pritchett, a speedy little person, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. She got to third pretty quick.
And you could tell with that player, Coach Randy Ellis knew what he was doing, putting her in for the pinch runner, sending her from first over to third on that one play that most people would probably get to second base on, but she is a speedy little player there. And up to bat after this meeting will be number 12, Aaron O'Leary. Meigs County meeting with their head coach in the circle.
Marion County, trying to stay alive, does not want to go to the loser bracket and play Silverdale.
Again, Silverdale did beat Marion County in the region finals 9-4. And Meigs County did have the win over Silverdale 3-1 here in the first round of the state tournament. You can look at that game on Spear Nation Radio. You can go back and listen to that one there on that show. And now runners on the corners for Marion County. That's Campbell at first and Pritchett at third. Aaron O'Leary up to bat for the Warriors. Ashley Rogers still in the circle. She has 13 strikeouts on the night. She's been 0 for 2 against the past 2 batters. And here comes the pitch from Rogers to O'Leary. It's going to be in there, and it's going to be a ball on the outside. I apologize. I keep interrupting Robert. I have all game.
Yeah.
We still love you, Robert.
Yeah.
Count now 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. No outs.
1-0.
And that's a strike as she got caught swinging on that one.
Rogers been doing that all night, giving that first pitch ball and then coming back around with the strike, with the heater, and usually making them swing on it. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit, fouled there by O'Leary.
Into the tree over here.
I do believe that hit someone, if I saw it correctly.
That's the first person that's been hit then.
Well, they should be paying attention. They're at a softball
we've
park.
Covered anyway.
Why are you at a softball park if you're not watching the game or getting ready to play one?
But the count now 1-2.
Here comes the ball from Rogers. and it's going to be a strike in there, and they are 1 out now, 2 outs away from ending the ball game. Although Marion County has 2 on the corners there, and up to bat now,
Number
Thomas.
55, Savannah Thomas, the catcher.
She's a freshman. Here comes the pitch.
The only freshman in play for Marion County, I do believe.
That is correct, Robert.
In the lineup, that is.
In the lineup.
I believe Pritchett is a freshman, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That ball's going to be high there.
Pritchett is sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. I believe there was another
freshman. She's a freshman.
Parker is a freshman. That's the one I was thinking of that came in. But no, only one in the lineup that is a freshman is Thomas.
Count now 2-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be
Fouled.
Foul ball there. I didn't even see the ball go foul there. I thought it was just a swing and a miss.
She hit it so hard you couldn't see it, Chandler.
Yeah, I know. And now it's going to be a 2-1 count, I believe,
Should be.
with 1 out.
Runners on the
2
corners
on.
for Marion County.
2-1, as Kyler was saying. It's going to hit again, and it's going to be a strike there.
Count now 2-2.
Shout out to our 804 listeners.
Chattanooga area, you are proving us right here with the amount of fan support we have here in the bottom of the 7th.
And another foul ball for Thomas.
And now here we have the pitch from Rogers.
And that one is tipped up.
And no one at first to grab it, and Marion County scores. That is Pritchett scoring there. And now the score 5-1. Marion County trying to mount a comeback here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th here. Runners on first and second for the Warriors.
1 out.
We have Campbell on second, I believe, and on first we have
Thomas.
Thomas.
And up to bat now is number 25, Haley Hamilton.
Here comes the pitch. It's swing and a miss there for Hamilton.
See that extra mustard on that next pitch right after they score?
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's been every
Just
time.
like last night. Man.
5-1 the score after Marion County scored on that last play. Pritchett doing the score as Rogers comes in. It's going to be a strike down the middle. That's 0-2 now the count for number 25. That is Hamilton. Haley Hamilton. She is the designated player, a junior for the Lady Warriors. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. Strike 3, and now the Meigs County Tigers are wide open tomorrow.
15 strikeouts.
She now has 15 strikeouts, 1 away from yesterday's.
It's an average performance
Yeah, really.
for her.
And now here comes the pitch from Rogers.
And
Yes,
that's
sir.
a strike.
On Havner.
And that is, how many did you say, 15 strikeouts now?
1 away from yesterday's count.
And she has matched Tuesday's count, 15, and now she's trying for her 16th. Be 2 nights in a row, she's got 16 strikeouts.
If she can manage it.
5-1 the score. Meigs County leading Marion County. Marion County trying to mount a comeback. It's been fouled off there by
Havner.
Havner, the left fielder. She's a junior for the Lady Warriors, number 10. 5-1 still the score. Meigs County leads. Marion County trying to mount a comeback here with 2 on base, 1 at the plate.
And that's a strikeout.
That is number 16 on the night for Rogers. And that is the final score here, 5-1. And the Lady Tigers are headed to the championship game to face either the winner of Silverdale and Marion County tomorrow. Marion County faces Silverdale tomorrow, as I just said.
At 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock a.m. Please join us on the air as we bring you that game here in the morning. Kyler and Robert, so sad that they'll have to wake up a little bit earlier in the morning to get that game, but it's all worth it for the softball fans. Am I right?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's
a little bit. It's worth it, but a little bit earlier. I got up at 1 o'clock today.
No, you got up at like 1:30 because that's when I left to go get Hunter.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We do not condone laziness here on Spear Nation, but I guess it happens. And as always, we're Spear Nation Radio here with Chandler Morrison,
Robert Easterly,
and Kyler Hudson.
And your final score, 5-1. Meigs County wins it over the Marion County Warriors in an all-Chattanooga area matchup, but 3 teams left in the tournament. That's Meigs County, Marion County, and Silverdale, all from the Chattanooga area. Meigs County excited tonight, jumping for joy at home plate along with the student section. It's going to be a great, great championship Friday tomorrow as we get ready. And as always, for Spear Nation Radio, it's going to be Go Tigers, Go Warriors, and God bless to each and every one of you. Good night.